All right, hello everyone, and welcome to This Might Not Work Out podcast. I'm your host, TC. This is episode 15, and I'm hoping that for this episode, first of all, I know I'm not as tired, but I'm hoping that I sound a little different. The last two podcasts that I recorded were a little like garbly, and I know sometimes when I'm tired, I talk like this, and so that garble is just in my voice. Oh my goodness, the camera is going a little weird. But I'm keeping up with my 5 minutes. So hopefully, like I said, you can hear me better this time around. And it doesn't sound as garbled. If it does, I'm going to have to figure something out because I don't want all the rest of the videos to sound weird. But anyway, I've wasted 46 seconds. So I'm just going to get into the topic of today. And it's kind of two topics. It's this whole craziness with Tekashi 6ix9ine, the rapper who apparently was facing some serious charges or charges he just wasn't trying to go to jail for. And so he has been snitching and he's been putting out this person and that person, all different people. And, the adage we know is if you see something, say something. So people have very different viewpoints of snitching, dry snitching, if you should snitch, snitches get stitches, we all know about that. But people have different thoughts and feelings on it. And I'm not going to weigh in on whether he should be telling folks stuff or not. I thought it was cute that on Twitter, Sky Jackson, who is of Disney fame, someone had put up a meme of her talking about that he was saying she was in some gang. Of course, it's fake. But she just put, y'all better keep my name out of this, basically, like, I'm not doing all that. But we've seen all the memes, we've seen all the jokes about it. The funny thing to me, though, is my husband told me yesterday that supposedly he's supposed to be going into a witness protection program. And I'm kind of like, really? Because even though I'm not a fan of the music, I don't even know what he's convicted for potentially. I don't know. I think it might have been like racketeering or something. I don't know all the charges. I don't know all the situations. What I do know though is if you have like 15 tattoos on your face, witness protection, like seriously. Like you have, I mean, obviously, he can cut his hair, change his hair up and things like that. But the face tattoos alone, even with makeup, maybe he'd have to get some special dentures or something to look different. But to me, it would just be quite difficult to be in witness protection with that kind of situation. I'm a tattoo lover. I have many myself. But just face, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I wouldn't want the feeling on my face. I used to think like Kat Von D's stars were kind of neat, like for her, not necessarily for everyone. But when you have like bouquets of flowers right at your temples and the 6ix9ine on his face, I mean, there's just a lot going on just on his face. So, I mean, it would just be a struggle for witness protection. So, yeah, I don't know about all that. But anyway, I pray that he gets the justice or whatever he's searching for, that he's able to get it, and that others that he's pointing out may get their day in court to plead their case as well. So moving on to another topical thing was recently, I believe it was 2 days ago, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old little girl at a school were arrested by a police officer that is part of the school infrastructure, I guess, for tantruming and acting out. And my cousin has spoken to me. She's actually an Orlando County public school teacher, Orange County, in Orlando. And I was like, Orlando County, what am I saying? Anyway, I know a lot of people have a lot to say about it. As an educator myself, I have seen some egregious, ridiculous, uncalled for, unprayed for, ridiculous behaviors from children, like things that you would just be like, are you serious, right? That no parent should or would tolerate. Some born out of trauma, some just straight defiance. And some kids, honestly, to goodness, and I will say this on camera, some kids are jerks. They don't come out of the womb as jerks. A lot of times their jerk behavior is learned. Maybe they haven't been parented. Maybe they haven't been loved. It's not always their fault that they're jerks, but some children are jerks. like literally, like, and intentionally want to do things that are just jerky. And in that instance, I don't necessarily think it's right to arrest children, especially little children. That's why we have all these ways that we can restrain and redirect. And, even if they're being real physical, I've seen some kids get crazy physical real fast, real quick, real violent, even little ones like 5, 6, 7 year olds. And there are certain ways to restrain and hold them to keep them from hurting themselves, hurting others, and kind of calm them down. So that's what should have been used. And so I don't know all the ins and outs of this case, but I know that that kind of stuff happens. But just a blanket like, oh my gosh, clutch your pearls, police. I've been in multiple schools, and some of my own students have had the police have to come and just get them to settle down. So it's a thing. It's a thing, whether you know it not or not. It's a thing. No one's been arrested, but just sometimes the police presence, and they're not coming as intimidation necessarily always. I mean, their whole persona is that, but just to have an effect, a calming effect. Of course, they want to also calm the situation. So being able to like get a child to just kind of get it together when the educators have exhausted all of their resources, that's a thing too. But just know some of these kids are just wild. Okay, I'm way over my time, way over my time. But that's been that. This might not work out. I'll see you next time.